All right, good morning. We're here with Anthony at John Deere, and you've got some new technology out in our area and some new seeders. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so new to the small grain market for us is our new C-Series air cart in sizes from 350 all the way up to 850 bushels in either that leading configuration or trailing. So is it in front of the tool or behind the tool? So a lot of different options no matter what size your operation is. That really brings some new technology that's out there for customers to utilize.
Definitely. And how can producers make the most of that?
Yeah, so I think, when you think of these new air carts, they really bring three different things. So they bring the accurate stainless steel meters, they bring EasyCal, and they bring tank scales to the entire lineup. So when you think of those tank scales, you used to only be able to get those on our bigger carts. The 1910s or the carts that these are replacing, you were not able to get tank scales, which meant you couldn't do active cal, so you weren't able to calibrate throughout the day in ensuring that your meter displacement value was up to date and the rate that you were actually putting down was the right rate you wanted to put down. And I think speaking of that rate, I'll back up to those accurate stainless steel meters. Those bring in that capability to run high fidelity prescriptions. They bring in that ability to do curve compensation because now those meters are electronically controlled instead of hydraulically. And then EasyCal really gets you started with the day quicker because instead of having to do those traditional bag calibrations, you can just dump that product in the top of EasyCal, let it run that calibration for you. It will send that meter displacement value right to the cab, and you can continue getting ready for the day as that's doing that. So you can continue filling, you continue greasing, you continue checking the tires, whatever it is you want to do. It really just helps you get your day going quicker.
Definitely, and then obviously this makes it so much easier for producers. How is that information displayed?
Yeah, so when you think of that information with the cart, we have the new cart side display, which really allows you to see how much weight is in each tank, allows you to see what that meter displacement value is, works in conjunction with the display that's in the cab. So all that information that's on the cart side display, you're also able to see in the cab. So really able to know how much do I have left, when am I going to need more. Gives you that ability to adjust those meter displacement values as you go throughout the day.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for talking about that.
No, thank you.
So good morning. We're here with Ryan at John Deere, and just talking about precision ag. How can producers make the most of their precision agriculture technology?
Yeah, I think when we look at precision agriculture technology, a lot of it is first maximizing what you have today in your equipment. We've had foundational hardware in place, and I say foundational hardware like our displays, our GPS receivers, and our JD-Link modems. And JD-Link modem is what sends data from the machine to our cloud-based system. So that equipment, that's been in place for some time, and for a lot of farmers it's maximizing the utilization of that technology that's in place. And then the next step in that is really engaging with the data in John Deere Operations Center. John Deere Operations Center is, again, that's our data platform. It's completely free for any customer to use. So whether they're a John Deere farmer or they run non-John Deere equipment, all of that can be viewed and they can still engage for free with the Operations Center. And what that will show is kind of what is my equipment doing, where has it been, what would I put down for my rates. So if I have my planting rates, my fertilizer, my chemical, my yield, all of that information is accessible to farmers in Operations Center. And as they leverage that data, that's where they can really start to experience some ROI. So whether it's a field trial that they want to run, or maybe I just want to make sure that the investment I made in John Deere equipment is getting me the productivity that I expect, all of that's accessible in Operations Center.
Definitely. And then if you could suggest any one thing to a producer that's not huge on the precision ag side, what was the one thing that is precision ag that you would recommend them to make use of?
Yeah, I would really anchor on the Operations Center that I mentioned, and I'll give a few reasons why that's such an important thing. First, in the economic times that we're in farming, whenever there's a free tool to get engaged with, that's a great reason off the bat to start investigating it. But what it can really start to do for a farmer, for example, the sheer number of decisions a farmer has to make every year. What variety am I going to plant? What's my fertilizer plan going to look like for the year? Should I apply fungicide or should I not apply fungicide? There's a pile of these incremental decisions that get made every year. What Operations Center can do is allow that ability to trial test some of these decisions. So for example, if I wanted to try side dressing this year, I could take a field and I could side dress a portion of it. And if I use the Operations Center and I collect that data, I will know not only which field, but I will know exactly where I side dressed at. And as I move to harvest, now when I harvest that field, I know exactly where the side dress is at, and I can pull up that map side by side and actually see, did I make a yield difference? I can highlight that area and understand exactly what is that yield lift, and I can understand my cost of that fertilizer, and now I can make that decision of, should I do this across more acres next year or fewer? So that when I think about one thing that I think all farmers can get a benefit from, it's a tool like Operations Center, from the sheer side of the data that it can provide, the decisions that can be made, and also that it's a completely free tool to use.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for speaking with me this morning.
Yeah, you bet, Caitlin.